This is a culinary service announcement. Eating plant-based is really good for your wallet, it's good for your person, and it's good for the whole planet. Sometimes it gets a bad rap, but I'm here to prove that wrong. An animal-based protein diet, it's way more expensive. The keys to keeping plant-based affordable are menu plan around what's fresh and available. Going all in on the bulk aisle. Go crazy and eat what's in season. That's when the freshness is at its peak and the cost is at the lowest. Let's get cooking. Life can be a struggle, but a good meal doesn't have to be. We can make creative, nutritious, and inventive dishes that won't break the bank. Welcome to Struggle Meals. It's late summer and corn is at its sweetest, so why don't we make a corn chowder? Not the traditional corn chowder, one that celebrates the sweetness of this in-season vegetable. We're gonna get flavor from our broth out of the husk and the cob. The cob is gonna give us starch, that's gonna give us a natural creaminess, and then the corn kernels themselves, that's the sweetness. The internet is full of hacks that tell you how to husk corn in the easiest manner possible. What is the big deal about just doing, start the timer, this? Please tell me. Like if something's gonna take 8 minutes and I can do this in 30 seconds, I hope I can do it in 30 seconds. Stop the timer, okay? That was normal. Now, let's try one of these hacks. Okay, so that was like 30 seconds here. Now, they say to cut off on this end because that's where all the fiber is. And now it's supposed to just squirt out, which it's doing at, oh, a fairly good rate. Oh, I'm genuinely impressed by how well that worked. I take it back, I love the internet. I'm saving these ends. This is part of our broth making. Oh, this one came right out. This seems to work pretty well. Go for it. Let's start simmering these in the water. We could cut the kernels like this, and they'll be all over the counter. So here's what I propose, and you can just kind of... Okay, this is flavor and starchiness, putting it in our broth. We could cook it like this with the top off, but I don't really want to reduce the liquid, so I'm gonna lower it down, let it cook with the top on, maximize that sweet peak freshness corn flavor, and get the starch out of the cobs so that we can mimic that mouthfeel of the traditional corn chowder. 45 minutes. As you can see, a lot of the color has been taken out of the husks. It was very green before, and that's great. That means the flavor is now in our liquid. Let's strain this out. Ooh. Ah! Very intense corn smell. Let's accentuate these flavors by making a base now. Let's start with an onion here. Onions are sweet. They are also at peak freshness in the summertime. And sort of come halfway so that the root keeps it together. And we'll go straight down and through. Lovely. Got some packet drawer butter here. Adding a little oil here. I like a mixture of fats. Adds for a nice mouthfeel. Here we go, onion in. Pepper. I'm just gonna go straight down on the side here. Very nice. Trying to like cut around these seeds, which although their flavor is fine, texturally, not super into it. I'd rather save it for my next broth. Kind of go with the same idea here. I'm adding these peppers because they're naturally sweet with just a little bit of zing, and they happen to be in season at the same time as corn. All right, half the corn. All right, here we go. Look at that natural milkiness. Incredible. All right. Little love. Let's come in with our corn broth. Homemade, no store sells this that I know of. Although after this episode, they'll all be selling it. Don't buy it, it's a scam, make it yourself. Honestly, this is not the creamy texture that I was hoping for, so I think that we should blend it. And this is the perfect time to use an immersion blender, so here we go. Color is changing. All right, that is looking really good. Let's get the rest of our corn in. Look at that broth. Cherry tomatoes, also in season, super duper sweet. This could be subbed out with whatever tomato is in season. I'm gonna plate up a bowl. Ta-da. Coming in to get me some delicious peak summer corn chowder. I am growing herbs. Basil are sweet. I am putting them in here. Not only am I getting beautiful contrasting color, the sweetness, and it sank to the bottom. Maybe I'll make a basil boat. And basil is most abundant in the summertime. Adding some pumpkin seeds. I bought these in the bulk aisle. Shopping in the bulk aisle is cheaper, and it's a wonderful way to add some texture and protein to any dish. I am very pro bulk aisle seed purchase. And this tomato is just gonna explode in my mouth and burn the entire thing. Will it be worth it? Probably. It's at peak season. This is wonderful. At the peak of summer, corn is sweet, delicious, at its lowest cost because there's so much of it growing and it's hot outside, which means your body wants to eat fresh and light. This corn chowder is fresh and light. It throws away all the cream that we know in a traditional corn chowder, and I don't miss it at all because the flavor is through the roof. Because I'm eating in season, and that's when flavor is best. But the creaminess isn't gone. We got it from the cob. Normally people throw that out. I think it's a missed opportunity for both flavor and texture. Don't throw out the cob. Extract that starch. So make this dish. It's only $2.04. It's sweet, it's delicious, and it's light.